guys, welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I am Nadeska here with Wayno and Academics. Now, Academics was complaining in our fake pre-production meeting this morning that we're spending too much time on one topic each episode. So today we're going to try to get through many topics, right, Academics?
No, of course. Listen, I'm just reading the comments, and they be mad, and when they mad, I'm mad. So I'm just trying to continue the madness, but I'm trying to make everybody happy. So let's go, okay?
All right, let's see.
Right, this just goes to show you how much we miss being back in the studio.
Oh, so badly. You know, we could have longer shows, and I think the audience don't realize there's a lot to do with production. So to get it out on a regular schedule for you guys, we can't just tape all day. We would love to. And by the way, I'm rocking my Naughty by Nature hat, so, you know, I'm super hip-hop today.
What you know about Naughty by Nature Academics?
Man,
nothing.
Man.
Who sent you? They sent you that hat,
man.
or you found that somewhere outside on the floor?
Man, forget all that, man. I'm just telling y'all, I'm super hip-hop today, okay? Listen, I'm down with the movement, I'm down with the causes, but I'm super hip-hop today. I just want to, you know, show some love, you know what I mean? Come on, who don't know hip-hop?
You sound like
I'm down with OPP. Come on, man. Let's get into the show,
You sound like an infiltrator right now. You sound like an infiltrator.
What?
You sound like an infiltrator right now.
Why Wayno trying to act like I'm one of the undercover cops acting like a protest right now?
That's
Get out of here,
exactly,
nigga.
that's exactly
Nah, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Why you don't think he's slick?
All right, long-winded man. Let's get into this. So George Floyd is being buried today in Houston, and his funeral is going to be live streamed. In the meantime, protests are still raging. People are still calling to defund police, and you know, companies and corporations are really feeling the pressure to speak up right now. So notably, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell recently issued a statement finally voicing some support for the Black Lives Matter movement, saying that the league condemns racism and the systematic oppression of Black people. But most importantly, he said, we, the National Football League, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest. Now, they're in a very, very interesting position. Of course, like, they were very anti-players kneeling. This helped to ruin Kaepernick's career. He still doesn't have a job in the NFL. They did not mention his name in that statement. Do you feel like they should have made a direct reference to him? And was this statement enough?
Statement is bullshit. I feel like it's bullshit. I mean, you know, right now, and like we were saying before, everybody's just trying to say whatever they can so that nobody has the fucking magnifying glass on them. Mm-hmm. And if the NFL would have had any inclination of that was their real sentiments of how they was feeling, you'd have seen it in different actions throughout the year when they were playing. Even when it comes down to the Jay-Z shit. Now, like, the past kneeling quote didn't age easily. I mean, it didn't age well. But what I say is that
what do you think about that? I mean,
about just that quote?
Just that quote, mm-hmm. And where we're at now.
Well, I think, like, that quote was meant to basically say we needed action. I wish we didn't have to have the type of action that we're having right now in order to get it. Because the reason why we're having this type of action is because the 1 millionth Black man was killed in front of a camera and nobody could do anything about it, and everybody just got fed up. So I wish that didn't have to happen for us to be in the space that we are, but we needed some sort of action. Now, when Jay-Z said it, I don't think he meant that, but I don't think that, you know, I think that it was just misinterpreted a bit.
Interesting.
I think it was just misinterpreted a bit.
Well, Aki, you mentioned Jay-Z. Now, do you feel like he should have been somehow involved in this statement? That initiative they announced, Inspire Change Initiative, I feel it's been many, many months at this point. I know for close to a year, right? And one of their big focuses in the social justice reform was on helping community relations and, you know, helping with policing in the community. So they have been donating money to grassroots organizations. But of course, we don't know tangibly what that money has done to help just yet, just to put that out there. But yeah, do you feel like Jay should have somehow been involved in this statement because of what he said at that conference?
Absolutely not. I don't think it's Jay's responsibility to take the arrows for the National Football League, a league that clearly we realize there's a lot of race relation problems that really stem beyond Jay-Z. And even if you subscribe to the fact that Jay-Z may have been try to, at least on the owners and the commissioner's side, you try to use him as a pacifier for the Black community. I don't think in times like this he should be the one that's thrown on the front lines to, no. Because in reality, the problems with the National Football League, and that's what I say with any organization that's really trying to come forth, and now they're all with the movement. You know why? Because they don't want to get canceled. Right. They're all with the movement because they don't want to lose money. Let's keep in mind also the reason why the National Football League actually even partnered with Jay-Z and was with this whole like, yo, let's get these people kneeling out of here, and even blackballed Kaepernick is all their major sponsorship, all these beer companies, Papa John's, all of them that really put a lot of millions into that league, they said, that's a little bit un-American. We can't rock with it. Because of that, they said, yeah, we got to get these players to stop. Now it seems that if you speak up or speak your mind, and if you're not in line with everybody else, you're getting canceled. They're like, oh yeah, now we rock with y'all now. This is beyond Jay-Z. Let's. My thing is that rather than giving statements and even donating money, we love those. Right. You know what I mean? You keep donating, okay? Because the what the cause is, it definitely needs to be funded. But let's look at your organization. Beyond Jay-Z is the fact that y'all had to institute a actual rule called the Rooney Rule that says, yo, because there's such a disparity between black players and a lack of black coaches, if a white owner is going to hire a head coach, he has to interview, at least give one interview to one person black. If that's not proof of maybe a whole structure that clearly is disregarding or maybe even being prejudicial to black people, they ain't got nothing to do with Jay-Z. That's actually the NFL. So I don't want to see Jay-Z right now, like standing in front of the NFL, like, no, I'm holding down. No, Jay, I see what you tried to do, but hold on real quick. These people have a systemic problem within their organization. Right. I wish they would address that.
Right. Well, let's see. They're going to have a lot more to say because they're really on the fence right now. And I think Drew Brees' comments made it, extra clear that there's definitely a division here between the black and the white players. But, of course, Trump jumped in the middle of this and responded to Roger Goodell's statement. And he also said he felt like Drew Brees should have never apologized for his stance on, quote, honoring our magnificent American flag. Drew Brees responded saying, through my ongoing conversations with friends, teammates, and leaders in the black community, I realize this is not an issue about the American flag. It has never been. We can no longer use the flag to turn away people or distract them from the real issues that face our black communities. So whenever the NFL season restarts, do you think we're going to be seeing things look a little bit different? White players showing support here?
I mean, yes and no. I was actually happy that Drew Brees said what he said. Say what you got to say so that we know where you stand, right? Now, I think that a lot of the apologies are just convenience. While Drew Brees, everybody loves Drew Brees. You know what I mean? Everybody loves Drew Brees. People still feel how they feel when they close them doors when they go home. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy that he said what he said just so that we can see where he stands. But, in order for us to have progress, we have to have uncomfortable conversation. We're not going to get anywhere at all if people can't say the way that they feel. Even if you're not rocking with black people, I feel like you need to start saying that shit so that you can start understanding why we feel the way we feel. This protest shit was never about specifically the flag. It was never about America. It was about police brutality. And I feel like the message gets blurred or the lines get blurred because so many ignorant people, instead of doing some research and finding out what's going on, or rather just sit and say, look at all of them kneeling. Mm-hmm. We fight for them. We do so much for them. You know what I mean? And now that's changing because if you go against that, then you're getting called out on a whole new level. And I think that's where the national anthem is going to get weird. We might get to a point where they don't play the national anthem no more.
That would be wild.
I think we'll always play the national anthem, at least in America. I think what was very significant in what happened and what even Drew Brees said is that I think Drew Brees signifies and is the epitome of a lot of, and I don't want to make this a white and black thing, but I'm going to just say people who get it and people who don't. By the way, let's also highlight that at a certain point, Drew Brees kneeled. So he was down with so this is why I'm saying he don't get it. So he kneeled at one point. Now, later on, he's condemning kneeling, right? In spite of what we just saw, which is probably one of the most brazen and bold-faced just violation of just human rights and just a showcase of racism. Now he's still with wait, why y'all kneeling? So he don't get it. So let me go off what he said, and if people didn't see either his explanation or even the context around him saying that he feels people should stand, basically he harped on bringing up his ancestors and how they fought for this country and what it means, the American flag and sacrifices other people made. And I think that was the point where everybody should be mad. Drew Brees, That might be your reality, but you know why people are protesting while the national anthem is played? Because just as you say that flag means so much in terms of what your ancestors sacrificed to make you be in this position, everybody else is looking like, bro, do you understand what our ancestors not only went through, but we don't experience America the same way.
I know.
You will never be in a situation like George Floyd. And because of that, we don't have the same experience. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, yo, bro. Like, we gotta stop thinking that people don't get it, because to be in 2020 in America and to think that only white Americans fought in the Civil War, or you know what I mean, they're the only ones that built this country. I don't even think that that's not getting it. I think that that's just straight bias. Like I can't even understand or fathom a person who could ever read even the bullshit history and think that that was the only way it went. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times, man, like, we give a lot of people passes, and that time is over, yo. Like that shit is over. Like the thing is, like, I would like to not call it a black and white thing, but it is a black and white thing. And no, I don't hate white people by no means. I was never taught to hate nobody, but we need to be able to say that in order to move forward in progress. You know, not all white people feel the same way about what's going on, but the ones that do, we got to just be honest about these things.
Yeah, I mean, some people are saying they're still very much learning, right? Justin Bieber, for example, got on Instagram over the weekend and wrote a note basically saying, I'm inspired by Black culture. I've benefited off Black culture. Talking about, his style, how he sings, how he dances. And he said now he's committed to using his platform to help fight racial injustice. He also did a live with his wife, and I think Angela Rye from CNN, saying that he felt like until this recent video, he had this blanket over his eyes, and he felt ashamed that he hadn't taken more action before, that he didn't know how bad things were before. I mean, I think we all love Bieber. Bieber's definitely had Black friends. You know what I mean? So some people are just saying that they still didn't necessarily know.
I gotta quote the great Paul Mooney. Everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga. I'm just keeping it 1,000, man. Like, just for real, because you can't tell me, oh, I didn't know. I really didn't know it was like that, dog. I'm not jacking none of that. I feel like they putting out their little statements to say, hey, the only reason why I didn't do anything is because, I've just been so rich and so in my world that I didn't know the hardships of what's going on. Fuck out of here. Y'all know what's going on overseas. You should know what's going on in your own soil. I'm not jacking none of that shit.
Before I touch on Bieber, let me just finish up with Breeze.
Okay.
Drew Brees is the epitome to me of what white privilege is, right? Because as he was talking about, like, what the flag meant for him and the opportunities that people sacrifice, he doesn't realize that everybody don't have the same opportunities. That's a classic white privilege where they don't realize because you have benefited from the system don't mean everybody or every race or every different creed of people have benefited too. So he can't look past his own privilege to say, oh, this only works for like us? Oh, it don't work for y'all? Can't see that. Now to Bieber. Bieber, you gotta realize, Bieber is an Oreo, okay? He goes through a black phase sometimes. He's with the movement.
I thought Oreo was black on the outside and white on the inside. Does that?
No, well, I'm redefining this term to be you're black when you want to be and you're white when you want to be too. Okay? Like, that's pretty much it. Bieber is one of those, and like, of course, some of the stuff he does say is right. Like, I'm glad he acknowledged he's influenced by Black culture. But let's not, like, just rewrite history. Like, the Biebers and Miley Cyrus didn't fucking just dance and prance around this motherfucker, making millions of dollars, abusing it to keep it real, looking like culture vultures for a second. And after their careers looked a little funny, they went to Ellen or wherever the fuck they went to for cultural cleansing and said, wait, I'm not no nigga. I'm white. I'm white. What are you talking about? I am white. So, again, I'm glad he's lended his voice and his platform to support the movement. But I wonder, will they take responsibility for that fuck shit they did?
Oh, no, of course not. Come on, man.
Like, did anybody remember Miley Cyrus twerking on the VMAs looking like an unseasoned?
Where's she at?
Where's she at?
Look, Miley could be speaking up. I don't know. I haven't checked her social, so let's not.
Right now is the best time to be. If you're a celebrity, right now is the best time to be on social media. If you ain't black, you know what I mean. You ain't gotta say nothing. I was in rehab. I was going through some stuff. I ain't gotta talk about it.
All right, how about black advocacy? So people were really pissed at Trina last week for what she said about the protesters down in Miami. She has since apologized. And over the weekend, people were also upset at YG because he was filming his video for Fuck the Police at an LA protest over the weekend. So eventually he responded saying, for anyone out there talking, I don't question your advocacy and don't think you should question mine. The real story here is me and Black Lives Matter brought out 50,000 people to peacefully protest and unite for change. She went on adding, stay focused, stop the social media judgment without knowing facts and hurting a cause that we're all a part of. So do you feel like at some points people are just doing a little bit too much and being critical about the way other people are advocating?
I think it's just purely, it's a lot of just trolling. It's a lot of just trolling. Because what I don't like to see is this, right? Okay, when certain types of artists, YG is not silent about being a treetop Haru. Like, everybody knows that about him. Everybody knows where he comes from, what he represents. When they go to make a change, then it's, oh, he doing it for clout, or he just trying to promote a single, or he just trying to, no. What's the problem? What's the problem with him using his platform and using his voice to do something positive, as opposed to making a song about gangbanging right now? He could easily do that. He could easily run with that or do some ignorant shit if he wants to and have success with it. He's made those types of records time and time again. And right now he's changing his space of where he's going to bring some light on something that everybody's talking about. What the fuck is the problem? That's why I feel like a lot of it is just trolling. A lot of it is just people who don't like YG or listen to his music. Because if you listen to his music, he's always had some type of record in there where he's had this type of plight. Whether it was this the man that made Fuck Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Such a good song. We wasn't saying that when good live.
But the thing about it is, nobody was saying that when the nigga made Fuck Donald Trump on social media. They wasn't saying that he was clout chasing or he was trying to capitalize off the moment. And even if he was capitalizing off the moment, so fucking what? Tons of people capitalize off these types of movements and moments all the time. So if YG is doing it, and we've seen him do it time and time again, not capitalize off the moment, if he's making a song with this type of narrative in it, what's the problem? That's my only thing. What's the problem?
I don't have a problem with what YG's doing at all. I was actually surprised that people made it a thing. But I'm going to be honest, like, YG did touch on a great point. Like, we got to stop, like, really judging each other's activism, because it's almost like back to the rap game again. Oh, word? You got the new Bentley? Well, I got a new Bentley that's drop top and it got stars in the non-existent ceiling. Like, it's always trying to one-up the other person. Like, these days it's about, like you can see with donations from artists. I'm telling you, like, there's a little subtle underline, like, yo, I got to show that I go harder for this issue. No. YG, would I want YG to be speaking on platforms like Killer Mike about the fucking plight? No. But would I want him to make a song that's a dope-ass chant that's going to rally the people who are in the streets who need music to really also keep this whole campaign and really protest going on? Yes, he's been doing that. Like, we got to stop judging everyone because we see someone else do this. Like, we've kind of gotten to that point a little bit, and it's a little bit disgusting. Yo, well, I ain't going to lie. We just see J. Cole pop out. Where's so-and-so? Like, yo, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, right. Yo, be like, yo, J. Cole just gave $100,000. Where your money at? Like, it's like, damn, can't people just do it in their own way? Why we, like, judging people's, like, protesting or their activism? That's just crazy.
Yeah, but that's just the problem with social media, man. Everything is just magnified. My phone on the desk.
No, I just wanted to ask to that point, and it's not just a troll sometimes. Like, I saw one influencer / model who usually... her page is just, selfies, cute photos, whatever, going super hard with all the Black Lives Matter things, which is really dope, but then also writing a long post calling out other people who haven't done it. And maybe that was directed towards very specific people in the industry who she felt aren't
doing it. You must be
it.
talking about Yes Jules.
What? No, stop that.
Because she been trash. Like, I just gotta throw it out there. Like, I seen the shit on her. I'm like,
what, her calling out people for not being active, you mean?
Yeah, like, it's almost like niggas is flexing with activism, man. She is a person who's been like, especially the people who have gotten maybe a label of, yo, you're just using the culture. Some of them, they going hard, and then, listen, you're supposed to go hard. Like, the Vlads, the Adam 22s, the Yes Jules, y'all white. You're supposed to go hard, okay? Y'all benefit off this shit, and to keep it real, you don't have the same experience like me and Wayno. But you'll see them same motherfuckers, not saying all the three I named, but people that are in that light then use what they're doing to shame another person. well, you ain't
Yeah,
do
I
this.
don't-
Like,
yeah, unless they're trying to shame, like I
Listen.
said, very specific people who they know for sure aren't black, aren't trying to help out. But I think black people are going through enough, and that don't necessarily need to feel pressure, especially if you're an artist who's historically, we know you've been working in the community and doing things to help. You might be doing things behind the scenes, but you're not posting on social media, which you rarely do to begin with. I don't know that we need to be critical of people in that way.
Listen, let's not forget that right now, helping black people or supporting their voice is a trend as well. Just like anything else, it's a trend. Like, it was cool to see Nancy Pelosi and all them do what they did, but all that kente cloths and all that shit they was doing, you're doing too much. You're doing too much, and it's gonna be a lot of that, cause it's the in thing. This shit ain't no different than a TikTok or a challenge.
Oh, no.
No, for real. While it is a lot of people, cause I'm not going to negate our white brothers and sisters that's out on the front lines that's getting cracked in their fucking heads, just like everybody else is getting pepper sprayed and getting locked up. I'm not going to negate them. What I'm talking about is people that want to capitalize off the moment. How everybody's claiming YG is tons of people who's trying to jump in and say, hey, I've always liked you guys too. Like, can I come to the party? And we got to be very mindful of that. We have to be very mindful
I
of
think
that.
that's a good point.
racist. This time in history, at least during my lifetime, is the most I've seen racists go underground and have even disguised themselves as pro-black supporters. You get me? Like, the racists are donating the most. You feel me? Like you looking at somebody like, wait, yo, company's based off racism. What you mean? Because you gave like 200,000, like it's lit. Like, wait, hold on, what's going on?
Yo.
But they're doing a good job of disguising themselves.
We really gonna see shit. Yo, a big change is coming. That's why people got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's gonna be a lot of change. It's gonna be they gonna be throwing a lot of alley oops out here just to do it. Like, I swear to God, corporations gonna be throwing all types of shit. Hey man, okay, we got to get you in this position, or we got to put you there. We got just make sure you're ready for it, because they're gonna be doing a lot of bullshit. For real.
Wow, it's gonna be a long year, yo. It's already been. It's gonna continue to be an extremely long year.
We only got 6 months left, so let's make the best of this shit.
Yeah,
For real.
bro, look,
The first half was trash, though.
Everybody do your best to stay positive out there. Yo, tomorrow let's talk about some of these new songs from people like T Grizzly and Meek. I think the music that they're dropping, they're not clout chasing right now. It's really important, and I feel like it's really standing up and like stepping into this moment that we're living in. So I really appreciate and I respect that. We need our protest anthems. That's it for us today. Act Do You Feel Good? We got through more than one topic, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to satisfy the conversation.
You are
get me?
Mr.
Like, I want
Long-winded
qualitative-
man. It's usually your fault that we can't move on from a topic.
Yo, I just told y'all no good discussion ends in under 10 minutes. Like, the hell?
Conflicting.
Like,
Especially
you don't
with us.
You don't believe your point if like in 5 minutes you're like, okay. Like,
Right.
You don't believe your point.
Guys, can you imagine 2021 when we're finally back in the studio? The first episode is going to be like a 2-hour everyday struggle return special.
What? I can't wait.
Shit, I'm hoping that we back in the studio like by like November or
I just
something
hope
like
that when we get back in the studio, academics is not wearing all black and them Yeezys. I
it's-
can't
Nothing's
take
going to
it
change.
anymore.
It's going to be
First of all,
worse.
don't hate on my
gotta change.
Yeezys. First
You
of all,
gotta-
Kanye donated $2 million, so you can't hate on him no more. Like, you're disqualified, or else you might
I
be
wear
banned
Yeezys
from-
again. I told you I wear Yeezys again.
Okay, exactly. Kanye back at the cookout. Matter of fact, he's on the grill. Okay, he's donating. Like, people want him to shut the fuck up. He ain't say the word. Okay, let him rock. Okay, so and I definitely wear all black. Like, this is an all black year. This is an all black year, Wayno. Don't stay on code. It's an all black year.
All right, man. Look, after a very heavy couple of weeks, it's definitely nice to laugh and bullshit with you guys again. I definitely missed that. Thank you guys for watching Everyday Struggle. We'll be back.